border war and talked about winner having bragging rights, but from Dudley's standpoint, Callis sees it differently. It's not so much for bragging rights, and I think I can speak for my teammates about that, said Callis. For us, I think it's about coming together and playing better as a team. So I've noticed that the whole, you guys are staying focused on you. You mentioned that, I don't know that much about Davis, because I'm just worried about Beverly and us being the best we can be. I'm looking at our first 5 games as a learning experience. Callis continued, you don't like losing, and I'm not saying we lay down. We fought hard in those games, but the next 6 games are huge, bigger than the first 5. It's the conference season, plus Salem on Thanksgiving, which are always big. So anyway, that was what was being talked about before the game. So what are you guys saying going into this Danvers? Actually, Nick, why don't you talk about what are you thinking as a player? I mean, you actually believe in all this stuff? You guys, you practice until it's dark out. I mean, which really? Are you guys thinking there's any chance here? Yeah. These guys are yelling and screaming at you. This guy's 265 pounds.
It's all motivation, pretty much.
But how did you get motivated, though? And were you motivated as a player, or were you kind of skeptical?
I was motivated. Running, conditioning, all that stuff. I'm glad we did it. But our 0-5 started us good to have us motivated to play. And all the practices at night into the dark, we didn't have lights till later on. It was fun, but we know we had to get our work done.
Right. So I mean, I'm wondering if you think that what if you were 5-0? What do you think that, do you think that would make a difference?
Well, we still expect it to win because we put so much time into everything. We're so committed from the 6 a.m. workouts and all the camps we did over the summer. So we believed in each other for the most part. So we knew we could win every game. But just from the playoffs and into the Super Bowl.
So you don't think? So you think you were more motivated being 0-5?
Definitely.
So there's no let up.
Because people doubted us, so we wanted to show them that we could do it.
Yes. The other thing too, I always tell people that a lot of times you're 0-5 and you don't realize the next game is the start of, or the next phone call is the start of something that's just going to keep going. So you guys never gave up. So. Blake, any thoughts? What were you thinking at the time?
Nick said people doubting us. We didn't really have that much support, so we just used each other as motivators. So if someone worked hard in practice, we have a demo, which was a 12th man. They really get us going by just yelling on the sidelines and working hard in practice. And by them working hard in practice, it makes us better. And I think they were motivators too.
Excellent. Good. Okay. So we talked a little about the morale. Seems like it was all good. Did you have to spend a lot of extra time trying to get the attitude right and everything, or were these guys?
Not really. I think actually all season we had one, what I deemed a bad practice in terms of when guys really weren't focused. It was later in the season. It might have been Swampscott week, which was our biggest game at that time. We had great practices. I didn't really have to. I probably went a little longer in our practice than we should have at times because it was dark that night. But I didn't have to, keep them there. They wanted to be there, and I didn't have to. We watched film after practice. We lift. I didn't have to, do anything more than just present the information. And they really, they did it. And the rest of the staff, we were in the same mindset. We didn't have to, we were there to guide them and such, but they took it and ran with it. And we all, to a T, as our staff, it was a great group to work with. And after those games, when we were, lost the first one, second one, the expectations were high. On Mondays, I'm like, what am I going to say to the guys? But they were ready to go. They were ready to practice, and I didn't really have to give them the fire and brimstone speech. They took it themselves. So I would say that they were motivated, and being the coach was actually easy. Just keeping their focus, and they did it.
I'm not going to ask George this question because nobody probably would say any bad thing anyway. If you're around school, you get anybody?
Absolutely.
What were people saying? I'm sure they told George everything's great. He's going to fit. Like Nick, one of these, smaller guys. We were.
There was plenty of kids. Once people started going to the games, everyone was giving us crap in the hallway, saying, "Oh, you guys don't do anything this year. You guys kind of suck." and we just kind of had to turn the shoulder and 'cause, I mean, I guess we just looked at each other because we were all in the same boat. We were all going with the same stuff. And we knew that we weren't going to have a lot of support behind us, so we had to put even more in just together. We didn't have much. We didn't have a lot of people cheering us on. Everyone was kind of negative towards us, so it was almost better. It was like we wanted to clean up our own too.
It sounds like you really, really get you guys kicked out.
Yeah.